Welcome to this live, welcome to this recording, depending on when you are tuning in. Really happy to be here with you today and drop some wealth codes. So, really excited to jump on this subject. Please say hi as you're jumping on. Hello. How are you feeling today? I received lots and lots of questions from you. I know that money doesn't leave anyone indifferent. That's the thing we can say for sure. So let me know what comes to your awareness as you hear the topic of money and wealth. Like what is the first association that comes to your awareness? So drop some language for me here in the comments. What does money symbolize for you? Is it something you are excited about and it really fascinates you, or is it something that you maybe have repressed the desire for because it is considered to be not spiritual or not holy? Or maybe you don't like money and you actually don't want anyone to know that you are even here on this live and or watching the video, and you're just like kind of peeking and you don't really want to like own it. So let's see what's in the field. Let me know what do we have, what do we have in our pot together. Okay, for some of you, you feel freedom. And when you tune into money, you feel freedom. For others, power. Hello, Randa. Thank you for loving my dress. Peace of mind, pressure, stability, energies, and freedom. Money is an energy. Okay, so this is a question. I will answer your questions also. But just let's now plug into what does it mean for freedom. So for a lot of people, money really gets associated with freedom. That's interesting. Okay. For someone, money is associated with ego. Okay. Yes, scared it will make me more selfish. Okay, yes. Scared of the responsibility. I dig money, but scared of the responsibility. I've been working about money. I want to go deeper. Greed. Okay, this is very, very good observations. And I invite you to hold them, to hold everything that comes up as we are diving in together. So, possibilities to travel. Fear and power, Daria says. Hello, Daria. Maya. Yeah, illusion. Opportunity. Wow, so do you feel how much we have here? How much energy all this carries, that I don't deserve it. There's an instant recognition of the belief that I don't deserve it. Okay, freedom, luxury, working too hard. Oh my God, like all of this is great. All of that is great because the moment you have awareness of what's going on in your mind, in your subconscious mind, you have power over it. So I will dive into that. But first, I want to just say about my intention for this live and why do I even bring up this conversation right now. I truly believe that money is an absolutely neutral resource. Absolutely neutral. So whatever associations we have around it, it's something that is product of our life, of our experience. And because of our life and our experience and our way of meeting life and our upbringing, we accumulate certain beliefs. And then we accumulate certain associations about what is money. And as I started this live saying that no one is neutral around money, like it doesn't leave anyone indifferent, everyone has strong opinions about it. I believe that if we reframe money and we turn it into something beautiful, and I'll explain how, we take back a lot of power, like a lot of power. Because as long as we operate in the field of just being pulled by the subconscious, being pulled by the shadow, and not really choosing our approach, our attitude to finances and wealth and money, as we're talking about this right now, we are disconnected from a part of our power. And I truly believe that when people who are good in their hearts, people who really remember their goodness, because I truly believe that it's human nature, goodness is human nature, yeah, we are essentially good, all of us, we are essentially godly, all of us, yet some forget. But those who remember our innate goodness, those who are profoundly connected to our hearts, those of us who really are profoundly kind and compassionate people, I believe that when money is in the hands of such people, we create incredible magic with this money. And we reframe and we model that reframe that we experience in ourselves, and we shine in a very different way. And we give permission to so many opportunities, to so much beauty. And it is in our hands. It's also like today I was really shaken by the news about what's happening in Ukraine, largely because there are horrendous things happening in the world every single day. But I am really connected to that because my father is Ukrainian and I was brought up in Russia. So for me, I really feel my people. I really feel the land where I was brought up, and the land, the Ukraine, the land where I spent a lot of time. And it's a beautiful land, and the people are so beautiful. And I really, truly, deeply wish that this situation harmonizes itself. And at the same time, as such big events are happening on the planet and so much misery is on the planet, we at the same time, we also have to hold even more light. And there is this power in these polarities in our lives that at the very same time we may feel heartbroken and we may be aching, and at the same time we may choose to keep growing in power, and we may choose to keep growing in our light and our capacity to be with light, to hold the light. With our capacity to hold it all, we are growing in our capacity to be human. We are growing our hearts. Because there will always be pain. There will always be difficulties, either in our own lives or in lives around us. And it's a mistake to pretend it's not happening. It's a mistake to disconnect because we grow to become very numb, where you just don't want to feel. You don't want to feel how people are affected. You don't want to feel the sadness. It's like, okay, just don't dramatize. Okay, anyway, who knows what media is feeding us? Yeah, who knows what's the truth? Like, we know the information we get is kind of diluted most of the time. But still, we have the hearts to feel, and we have the hearts to feel those who are affected, and we have the hearts to feel the misery and the unconsciousness. And it's beautiful to let ourselves feel that, because the more we allow ourselves to feel whatever, even pain, even disaster, even sadness, the more we grow in our capacity to be with power and to hold the beauty and to hold the expansion and to hold the light. That is really just, the flip side of the darkness, the polarities. They always exist together. So, that's why I feel it's also like the work that I do, I hold the highest for humanity, and I know that it is possible for us to align with that archetype of the humanity. I know it is possible for us to go in the direction of our human nature. to go in the direction of brightness, to go in the direction of love. I know that this is our supreme destiny. And I'm standing for that. And I will do that no matter what. And even when I am heartbroken, I will keep showing up for that. Because there's no other way. Once you see the possibility, you cannot unsee it. And talking about money is such an important piece of that, really. Because there's so much murky, unhealthy, miserable energy around money. And it doesn't matter where you're at in your financial status. It doesn't matter if you are just trying to find ways to pay your bills. It doesn't matter if you're very wealthy. It doesn't matter that you never made any money, but you have been provided by others. Or you have been working super hard your whole life and now finally you have the money. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you consider yourself poor or rich. Wealth is an internal game. Wealth has nothing to do with how much money you have, actually. Because if you don't know how to feel wealthy when you don't have any money, you won't feel wealthy when you have a lot of money. Let that land. Yeah, think about that. Think about how many people you have seen who have a lot of money, who have all the luxury around them, who drive incredible cars, but they feel poor. Yeah. There are also people who have all this and they feel wealthy. There are people who don't have a lot of money, but they have such a richness in their hearts. There was a phase in my life when for half a year I lived in a bungalow in Thailand. For less than $5 a day I was paying for my accommodation. And the food was just like some cents. Like I would spend sometimes $1 a day on food. And I lived like that for half a year. Although before that I was making like 5,000 a month being a lawyer in Russia. And then I changed everything. And I left my life as I knew it. And then I ended up on the beach. And that's what I wanted. I just wanted to walk barefoot, be unrestricted by heavy clothing of coming from winter, and just meditate and do yoga and connect with people with whom I could talk about things that really mattered to me. And I didn't need more than what I had. I didn't need money. I felt so wealthy on the inside because I was waking up in the morning and I could see the sky, and I had a moment to take a breath with that sky, and I had a moment to acknowledge how much beauty there already was in my life. And I could walk barefoot on that ground and feel the sand under my feet, and I was so grateful. And I could go in the sea and just be with that, and I felt so rich, wealthy. I felt my life was so wealthy. And I didn't know what was going to happen in a month. Like I had no idea where I was going to get the money from because I didn't have a sustainable income. I just had a deal and I made the money and I could fly away. And then I didn't know what was going to happen. So there was no certainty in my life. And yet there was so much wealth, so much richness, so much love, so much joy. And I truly believe that I needed that experience in order to remember that no matter where I'm at financially, even when I do become very wealthy financially, I know that it's not the money that actually makes me wealthy. And it is my capacity to feel the joy, to feel the gratitude, to feel the celebration is what is responsible for how wealthy I feel. So that's the first thing that is so important to identify money from worth, money from even wealth. Because we tend to put those things together, worth and money especially. This is very toxic, to believe that how much money you have determines your worth. Yeah. Or even how much you charge determines the worth. It's not about that. Your worth can never be taken away from you. Your worth was never absent. It was never not there. Your worth it was there before you were born. And it was never taken away. It can never be taken away. No matter what you've gone through in your life, your worth can never be taken away from you. But you can choose to activate the flow of money in your life. And I believe that it's a beautiful experience to have in life. I believe that this experience opens doors that are very interesting to experience, that are very special, that give us access to something really, really special. Because when we are very free financially, and we really are free financially, because there are people who have a lot of money, but they are counting every penny. They save on $1 for avocados for $5. Oh my god, I cannot afford it, but you have hundreds of thousands in your bank account. Yeah, so the amount in your bank account doesn't say anything about how free you are financially. So many people make a lot of money, but they don't have time to enjoy the money because they're busy making the money, and they really experience that they have to work hard and they cannot see their family and they cannot do anything else, but they have to really invest themselves, and they go like, okay, just give me like a few years and I'll do that, and then I will retire and I'll have all the money. But what happens in those years? Who is living the life? We never know how long it's going to last. Let's remember this. Every day counts. And every day we have an opportunity to live this life, or be a passerby. Kind of be like not alive, but rather not dead. There's a big difference between being fully alive and being not dead. So if you are giving away your life for money, you're missing the point. So the financial freedom in life, this real ease with money, and this real knowing that you are held by money, you actually can experience that. It's really interesting. You can actually feel that you are held by money and that you are supported by money no matter what. This experience, it opens doors that are closed until then. This experience gives you opportunity to travel, to never count money, whatever you spend. This experience gives you an opportunity to buy incredible gifts. If you love giving gifts, you want to give gifts. This gives you an opportunity to surround yourself with all sorts of beauty that you love. Yeah, maybe you love to travel and go to hidden places on this planet. You need money for that. Yeah. Maybe you love luxury and you want to be surrounded by luxurious brands and gold and diamonds and luxurious items around you. Maybe you love that. Maybe not. Maybe you love to try exotic fruits. Yeah, or try unusual meals that are cooked by highly trained chefs. Or maybe you want to learn languages and you want to be in groups and you want to do sports and activities in groups with other people. Yeah, there are so many experiences that money opens the door for us. So I find that it's a beautiful experience to have in this life. It's not for everyone. Not everyone wants that. When you don't want money, it may be very genuine that you don't need that. You were like me when I was living in Thailand, and just really just being happy with just having enough for my $5 bungalow and doing my yoga classes. That was all I needed, really. I didn't really even need to eat so much. And even now there are with food you can even, substitute prana, pure energy for food. So, you really, and maybe you are, in that space. Although I would doubt that you would be on this live with me if you were. But lots of us really have it as part of our supreme destiny to unlock the wealth codes, to unlock the key to those doors that will be closed until you understand and embody the wealth identity. So I want to dive in with you into some specific patterns and codes that we can hold in ourselves that really that they make us magnetic for money. And really it is an internal game. Like I really, 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 truly experienced that directly when I had that shift in my life, when I went from just having my business as just expression of my heart. I didn't even know it was going to be a business. It was just like something I was creating, and then of course it made sense to charge for my retreats, to charge for the experiences that people were having with me, the one-on-ones and so on. But I was always a bit okay, actually what I was charging for me, and it is actually also there is a part of the pricing that it also has to do with that is actually my prices were more about my clients than for me. For me, okay, it was good. I needed to have good standard of living, that I would be resourced, and I needed to be compensated. But even more so, my prices, in my thinking, it was more for my clients. It was more for their commitment. It was more for them to invest in themselves. And truth be told, typically people need to pay, people need to give something from themselves in order to really receive what there is to receive. So that might be a breakthrough for some of you. Let me know in the comments here if you really needed to hear that. That it's in order to really receive, you need to give something from yourself. And money typically does that. When you pay for something, you are there, you're showing up. I know it was the biggest investments of my life. I showed up, I wouldn't be a second late. I would be there 5 minutes before the call, with my mentor that I paid multiple, more than 6 figures. I am there, for every call, showing up before the time, fully engaged, there. So money does that for us. But anyway, there was a moment in my life when I went from that approach to the approach of you know what, let me see where I am stuck. And in money, if the money is not changing in our life and we just have a stable, steady income, which was my case, just, kind of predictable every month, every training kind of made the same income and so on. I saw that actually that was a product, it was direct outcome that I was not lit up. I was not inspired from inside. I was actually stuck, and the finances were representing that. Although I had enough and more than enough, still they were in the same place. And a huge shift happened for me when I looked at my money stuff. So you can have money stuff even if you have a lot of money. Money stuff is not only for people who are broke. At every level there is money stuff. Even when you make millions, there is still money stuff. Because it's really up to us to decide how much we have, how much we make. And we are the ones who put blocks for that in place. We are the ones who keep ourselves at a certain place. We are the ones, really. There's nobody else who can determine that for us. Can we agree on that? Does it make sense? By the way, I hope you know that I have a program coming up where we go very deep into that for 5 weeks, embodied wealth. I will tell more about it in the end. So, to claim that it's up to me how much I make, it's up to me how much money I am a magnet for. It's up to me how much money I accept. It's up to me how much money I receive. It's up to me how much money I allow in my life. It's up to me how much I allow myself to be supported and held by money. It's all up to me. When that really lands, and that just doesn't just land, it's not that you just hear me say that. You need to look inside and notice everything that comes up for you when you hear me say that. Because you, like, tell me what comes up for you when you hear me say that. It's up to you how much you allow yourself to be held by money, to be supported by money. What comes up? You're like, ooh, lulu, like, oh, I don't know, like, what does it mean? But why is it not coming? If it's up to me, why is it not coming? Or something like this, yeah? Anybody? Where is it then? You know, if it's up to me, then I want to be rich. Like, what's happening then? Well, not enough. You need to look deeper. You need to look deeper, 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 deeper. Because our beliefs, they don't stay at the level of the conscious mind. It's not that it's just like what I like to think about myself, that's who I am. No. Our beliefs, they stay a layer deeper. They are sitting in our subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is subconscious because we don't have a conscious awareness of it. Subconscious mind is the dark space beneath. And once I, in my life, started to tackle my subconscious, very interesting things came up. I saw the different traumas that I didn't identify as traumas around money. I saw different wounds. I saw different reasons why I was limiting how much I was accepting. Why I was staying in this predictable income in my business, and it was steady and predictable, meaning boring, and uninspired. So I was there and I could see how I was blocking that. And once I saw it, and once I saw what I accumulated there, what I identified as, and did the work on shifting that, on repatterning that, boom, something really opened for me. Something big really, really opened for me. And my business went from like 20K months to like 80, 90, 100 and more a month. Inner work, the inner work. Like, we can never underestimate the power of ourselves, of our seeing, of our commitment to dive in. Nothing is more powerful than that. So, whatever beliefs we have, there is a way to bring them out, to bring them from the murky, dark subconscious into the light, and to look at them, and to work with them, and to repattern them. And how to repattern? What did I see in my limiting beliefs? Well, I saw that I had the belief that my man had to be more rich than me, and that the man always had to provide for me. And I felt quite uncomfortable that I was making more money than every average man in my circles. So that was a really big one for me. And I was like, ooh, okay. Do I like this belief? Does it serve me in my life? If money is like everywhere, like air, why do I even care? Where did I come from? Is it from my man or from who? And why am I scared to intimidate people? So yeah, I saw that I was scared to intimidate people. I saw that I was scared to shine too bright. I saw that I didn't want to have envy. I saw that I didn't want to be taken advantage of. All the things. So yeah, you recognize those beliefs, right? Beautiful. Boom. So when you see that, boom, you are on the horse. You are riding it. How to repattern? It's a process. Yeah, it's a process. In embodied wealth, we're going to be doing that. And it's not just like, okay, you have this belief, you reframe it with another belief that is nicer. Basically, in short, that's the work. But I will hold you. Like I will hold you and I will guide you into exactly how to do that, and to see how really you don't have to be with the beliefs that are not serving you. So then a really powerful thing is to connect with those desires, to connect with the desires of our heart in terms of money, in terms of finances. Because some of us also have beliefs that don't allow us to desire money. And they say, no, you cannot desire money, it's not spiritual. Anybody here has such a belief? It's not spiritual to desire money, you cannot, no. You go like, no, I just don't have desires at all. No, I have enough and that's good enough. So to allow yourself to desire and to embrace your desire, this is a big code, big wealth code here for you. To let yourself desire whatever you desire. Desire the money. And I will give you another one here, because it may still be confronting. Like, what? Just to desire money, just like that? Isn't it selfish? Because some of you said that I think it's selfish. Well, I want to bring this level of depth here, that when you desire something, make it bigger than you. Make it not just end on you and how good you will feel. Because your heart is bigger than that. In your heart, you can include others. And you can include the whole world. And from here, you reclaim your wealth identity. Because it becomes bigger than you. It becomes about well-being of humanity. That's how big I would like you to go. That it becomes about the well-being of all beings, well-being of humanity, supporting the supreme destiny of humankind. I know for myself that when I hold wealth, I am modeling something powerful. I am modeling how it is to be a really kind, really compassionate, really considerate person who is absolutely devoted to inner work, who is generous and kind and giving whenever my heart feels that. I know that I am changing the patterns in our tapestry of humankind. I know that I am rewiring some really tight nerves of humanity just by being that, just by walking through a street like that, just by talking to people like that, just by owning my standards and showing up in my standards as a wealthy woman. And the way I talk about my wealth and the way I direct my wealth, it comes with a lot of care and a lot of consideration. And how I distribute it and how I give, and all of that is repatterning something for humanity. And then, just that, just being that, just being rooted in that identity is already changing something on the planet. But then also specific things I do, What do I do with my work? How my clients benefit from that? How me talking about the wealth identity liberates you? How it will liberate people who choose to stay with me in my container and really dive deep together. This is for humanity. This is way beyond me. And actually, to be honest, I am at this place where if it would be about me, I would be so bored. It doesn't make any sense for me. I want to play the big game. I want us all to be in that game together. And that's when it becomes fun. And money is meant to be fun, actually, and juicy. Because money is also, it has to do with our sexuality, and it has to do with our attitude towards our eroticism and our ability to open in our eroticism. money has to do with those things. And the magnetism towards money, it has to do with our relationship, with our sexuality. So another code I want to drop here is about creating a relationship with money. Because if you are like, you don't want to know what's happening on your bank account, and you're like, oh, I don't know, I just need a financial advisor, actually I don't want to know that, or there's a sense in that, like if you don't want to enter into a relationship with money, there's a sense that it's kind of dirty. You're kind of above that. It's for others. Like, I don't want to make my hands dirty holding the money and counting and knowing how much I have and how much I need to distribute where. Enter into a relationship with money and start to love it. Like, yes, I am inviting you to love money. Because if you love money, money is gonna love you. If you don't love money and you're like, oh, this thing, like, it's like in a relationship. Yeah? If you don't love your partner and you just expect them to love you, like, good luck. It's not gonna work like this. If you walk through the streets and in your life completely contracted and closed and like hating on people and being super judgmental and critical, you won't attract love. It's like, it's simple. It's just common sense. Not even magic. But if you walk through the streets and you are in love with yourself first, because if you don't love yourself, how can we talk about loving anybody else? Not being in communion with yourself and letting that love that you've cultivated in yourself shine, that's when you become magnetic. And the same thing with money. Yeah? If you are in harmony with money that you already have, be it very little money, and if you can appreciate the little money you receive, even if it's 10 euro, 20 euro, dollars, wherever you are, whatever currency you operate in, if you can appreciate that, then the money responds to you. And if you cannot appreciate the little money and you just want to appreciate only the big money, like, oh yeah, well, if I would have 10K or if I would have 100K, then I would be really celebrating. Actually, you won't. If you cannot celebrate the little, you won't be able to celebrate the big also. So that's a code of relationship. So develop a relationship, develop a harmony there. Treat it with respect. This is when it comes. When you treat it with respect, when you treat it with love, this is when money wants to come. Because it feels good to be in your company. Right? You cannot expect someone to be around you if you like treat them like they don't exist and you like kind of look at them like they're a bit dirty and stinky. They don't want to hang out with you. It's the same with money. Nice that you're celebrating now. I'm so happy you love what I'm saying. So I have some habits around money that I also want to drop for you. And I've had those habits for a long time. Even before I became wealthy financially, I had those habits. One of them is like to align my expenses with my highest calling. So whenever I spend money, I always have had this way to think about how it is serving my purpose. So I never had stuff I don't need. Like, I'm not the kind of person who just gets stuff and is just sitting around. For much of my life, all my belongings would fit in 2 suitcases. That's all I used to have for a long time. Now it's not much more than that, actually. But anyway, and even if it is more, and even if you have a lot, still, like, align it with your bigger purpose, with your truest dharma, with your supreme expression of your life. So whenever you spend on something, tune into that. Is it in service of that, or is it taking me away from that? So that's the thing I've always had, and I believe that it's been incredibly supportive for me on coming where I am today. Then from this place, another habit is to believe that the more I spend, the more I make. Like, I don't know where I got it from. I never learned that, but I've had that my whole life somehow. I've felt that money is energy, and it is. Yeah. And energy is meant to flow. Energy is meant to be moving all the time. If it's not flowing, it means that it's blocked. And when we are trying to hold on to money and then you receive something, okay, let me just keep it, just hold it. I don't want to give it. What if it doesn't come back? Just stay here. Stay with me. It's not, there's no dance there. Money is meant to be fun, really. And it's in the flow that we connect with the fun. So dare to risk. Dare to risk, try this, to activate that flow and be the first one to start with the flow. We tend to believe that it's only when we have a lot, then we should give. I think it's not, it's reverse. It's actually when you start giving, then you become a magnet for more, then you become a magnet for a lot. So try to give, even just a little bit. Something that really is in alignment with where you're going. Then I have had a really powerful one that is challenging for people, and I've shared a couple of times about it. It always sparked a lot of curiosity. I never look at price tags of things. Yeah? And it's about everything. Like, I know that if I desire something, like, I trust myself so much that I know that my desires are sacred. I know that what I want, it will never take me astray. I know that, like, truly want, like, not like being pulled to like different things and try a little bit of here, try a little bit of this, and no, like real desire, like really, it's like when like, it's for me, I feel it, it's like, it really fills my heart with warmth. That's how I know it's a real desire. And when I feel that, money will never stop me to do anything, to purchase anything. Be it a fruit or some, interesting kind of fruits or some exotic food in the supermarket that I just feel my body is just like, ooh. Like, I trust that. I know that I am moved to the things that are good for me. I trust my body, I trust my heart. And same thing also with investing in myself, investing in my mentor, investing in programs, purchasing things, purchasing experiences for myself that align me with my true path. Why would I ever deny that to myself? So I have some notes. Just want to look at my notes for a moment. So I will open it up for questions from you. If you have any questions, anything that I addressed and you'd like to deepen into, I am very happy to spend a little bit of time on that. So let me know. I will tell you about the opportunities to go deeper together as you are writing the questions. I have launched a program. It's called Embodied Wealth. And there we're going to be working on all the things I touched on and so much more. We'll be working on repatterning the stuff that's sitting in our ancestry, because, believe it or not, but what your ancestors believed about money, it's really impacting you today. what is in your family line, what is held in your subconscious. It's impacting what you are seeing, how much money you have, what you are receiving, how easy it is for you to get clients, how easy it is for you to be paid for your services. Like, we will be working with that, and we will be repatterning it, like, specifically, not just talking about it. I never just talk with my students, my clients. We are doing the work together, and I'm holding you in that. We will also be really activating the eroticism and how erotic energy becomes when we are rested in our erotic energy. This is how we become magnetic for money, and we will be training our eroticism to vibrate. We will be training our energy body. For me, they are synonymous sometimes. Our energy body vibrate on the frequency of wealth. Like, it will be really specific work on energetics, not just talk. So we have a powerful journey. There will be we'll have a new moon also during the journey, because we have 5 weeks together, and we'll have a new moon initiation, where it will really be a moment for you to choose your new way with money, choose your new way with wealth. We'll be working on wealth magnetism, we'll be working on repatterning the subconscious, like, it will be super rich. And we will be in a group of people, so you will be also having homeworks and reflecting to each other, and reflecting on the homework together. And there will be also additional 2 Q&A, so we have 5 sessions over 5 weeks, every Friday. And 2 additional sessions where I will mentor you, and I will pick a few people to have a hot seat mentoring, and we will go deep together into what is important for you at this stage in your life. So, amazing journey ahead of us. We are starting on the 18th of March. You can register now. It's now offered at on a launch price. It will increase in a few days. It's 888, or payment plans of 408, spread over 3 months. So, let me see what you guys are asking. If you've joined already, please let me know. I love to celebrate you. And I'm really looking forward to that. But let me see first what you are asking. How to spend if you don't know where the next money will come from? Spend from a place of alignment, from a place of inner alignment, from a place of trust, from a place of knowing that if you take the steps in the direction of your supreme destiny, there's no way that you won't be supported. If you take steps really from profound integrity, really from profound alignment, and it is good for you, and it is good for others, and it is good for the world at large, there's no way you won't be supported. There's no way the universe won't back you. Like, I've had my clients like jumping from a cliff, like in their life, like completely quitting their whole old life and moving to a new country without knowing anything what's gonna come next. And investing in themselves, just investing in their development, in the step that really supported them. Many like that came to my trainings, and they knew that like they will align with something so powerful in the training that after that, like, there's just no way that the universe won't support them. So I've seen that so many times. Like, I've seen it too many times to believe that it's possible any other way. It requires tremendous trust from you. It requires tremendous surrender, and it requires for you to trust your life. It requires for you to choose to be alive. This is what it takes. About the taxes, the more you have, the more you pay to the state. Yeah, great. Celebrate it. Why not? Beautiful. If you pay huge taxes, that means you make huge money. This is wonderful. How to distinguish true from false desires? True desires feel like a full body yes. They feel like yes on all levels. It feels like a yes in your body, it feels like a yes in your heart, it feels like a yes in your soul. That's how you know. You need to learn to listen. Yeah. To listen, you need to stop the noise, you need to stop all the stuff that you've accumulated and that you've got learned to believe that it is you and your identity. Just like, you need to find a way to empty yourself and listen. And when you do, you know. Saving money is not required. Well, if you want to save money, there's nothing wrong with that. You can be saving part and still letting a movement happen in part. Okay, such a beautiful flow and wisdom you're sharing. I'm so grateful to be and listen to you. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much for saying that. How do I heal money wounds that I took on from family? Yeah, deep work is required. You need to acknowledge what is there. The first step is to acknowledge. It's to acknowledge what is there, and that may be a lot. Yeah, to just even recognize, oh my God, these are the patterns, and I recognize that it's not only I see those patterns as them, I am also holding those patterns of scarcity, lack mentality, saving on every penny, always complaining about money. Like, it's so strong in our field. So it's so unconscious, like people are just throwing words just like that, forgetting that every word you say is a request to the universe. So pay attention to those things. That's what I will say as the first step. And then there is a process. Yeah, I've developed a process where I take you on a journey where you do that. This I wouldn't be able to just explain to you in 2 sentences. It's something like I can only hold you through. Does this course include ceremonies? Do you have examples of what the homework would look like? And is there more focus on running a business? So yes, it includes ceremonies. We'll have initiation ceremony. We'll have like guided journeys. The homework will look like that you will have questions for reflection, like really powerful questions to reflect on and let your subconscious become conscious. There will be different, I will be giving you different little challenges, different assignments for you to establish a relationship with money and establish in your wealth identity. So this is in a bit focus on running a business. There won't be focus on running a business, but whatever will be going through, it will impact your business because your wealth identity you will get established in that, and your wealth mentality will change and your wealth vibe will change. So it will impact your business and it will impact all sorts of income around you. About debt. Well, debt is not so black and white. Yeah. There is kind of good debt, and then there's a positive debt, and then there's negative debt. Yeah. It's like it's a deeper conversation. I don't think I want to go into it right now, but it's not so black and white. Yeah. It's not always bad, but it depends on what you are using the debt for. And where you're taking it from. Taking money from other people and then just not returning it is not debt, it's stealing. Yeah, so it's also a code, actually, another wealth code, really important one, that wealth responds to purity and integrity. If you are not in integrity with how you are using money, it won't come in alignment to you. Yeah, it needs to be clean. We need to be really clean about money. And then the debt, sometimes you borrow time and you borrow money, and with the bank, like there are institutions that do that. And then, you pay them percentage and so on, and you're borrowing time and you know that you will pay it off. So there's nothing wrong with a debt like that. When you know that you trust in yourself, you know that what you're doing is in the direction of your supreme destiny, yes. But if you are like broke and you want to get some money to buy a Chanel bag or something, no, that's not a positive. This is just foolishness. This is not being anchored in truth. Okay. I have had money coming in my whole life, but never from my work or purpose. And this is becoming an addictive pattern. I feel as if there is so much self-worth tied to this. How can I begin to untangle? Well, in a sense, it doesn't really matter where the money is coming from. It actually even sometimes happens that it comes through our partners, like when you start to do profound work on money, identity, and the energetics of money. Sometimes it comes not even through you, it comes through like people around you, like your partner and so on. So it's quite amazing. But if you want it to come through your work and through your purpose, then there's some things that need to be realigned, and some patterns need to be looked at. Armour Andrew has enrolled. Welcome! Yay! Okay. Okay, so I won't be able to address everything. There's a lot, but I'm just skipping through. How to be in balance in the sense of wanting to become wealthy, but not making it a pressure on you and fall into comparison. So here it's very important where it's coming from. Yeah, the need for or the desire for wealth. Is it a need? Because when it's a need and you feel kind of needy towards it, and you're like, I need it, because if I don't get it, then I feel inadequate. I feel if I won't make it, then my parents will laugh at me, or others will say I'm a failure. Yeah, if that's coming from this place, then it's a vibration of lack. It's not a vibration of prosperity. So that's where there need to be detanglement. That your desire comes from a pure place. That your desire comes from a desire for more, to experience more, to experience abundance, to be in abundance, to shine as abundance. Whereas if it were to come from a place of lack and needing that, or else you feel inadequate, then that's not serving anybody. And you won't feel at peace, you won't feel in ease in that. Okay. So I think I will complete with that. You are so welcome. It's my pleasure. I love being with you here today. I will complete with that. There's of course a lot more to cover. Of course, like that's why I created a whole 5-week training for that, because there's a lot. Yeah, and there's a lot for us to detangle internally. So I warmly invite you to embodied wealth, if that's in alignment for you right now, if that's where you're going in your life, if creating a wealth identity is something that's important for you, if becoming magnetic towards money and finding a flow in finances is important for you right now, I warmly invite you into this container. So it's been a real pleasure. If you have any questions, you're welcome to send a DM, and either myself or my beautiful team will respond to you. So thank you for today. The link is in my bio. So as we finish the live, you can go right into my bio and jump in. See you on the inside. That's exciting. And thank you for today. Have a beautiful rest of your day.